Hi, Future Kekfun here to tell you that I realized just now, as I'm editing the video, that I forgot to turn on the game sound. This Townskipper video went from vent session accompanied by the calming sounds of Townscaper to just a fucking vent session. Uh, yeah, enjoy the video. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kekfun. Starts recording at way too late, so he has to be very quiet while recording. Today, I'm going to talk about something that I'm not gonna lie. The theme for today it was quite difficult to get, mainly because of what I said last video that I hated that I am running out of stuff to talk about. But I want to talk about uh dear God, this is so ugly. I want to talk about the weird relationship that I had with art on the internet. At least that I would consider it weird. So, as you may know, if you know about my main channel, I uploaded a cover of the song Regret Rock of Kasanetero made by Monochrome Menace. I originally made this as a bet, which I also clarified on a YouTube short that I uploaded very recently. The whole song originally was a bet to cover, but then I tapped into my artistic side to put a word to it. And that's when it all spiraled into me trying to make an actual cover to be proud of. And this is something that happens very weirdly nowadays, mainly because of how busy I am with college and all that stuff. Since I don't have enough much time to dedicate to art in general, since my career is my priority and all that. And every time I did something with art, I I got too tired of it very quickly. I mean, I don't think it would be tired. I would think that the right word to use would be unmotivated. And this is mainly because whenever I used to make art, I basically drove myself to exhaustion, to a very bad level. What do I mean for this? Mainly that I actively tried to turn what was meant to be a hobby and nothing more than a hobby into what could become a lifestyle, aka living off of art in a country that is of a very bad economy, and that every day that passes, it just gives me another reason why to not dedicate to YouTube or art or anything else, and just keep it as a hobby. And this happens with all of the art that I've done in my life. As an example, I used to be a pixel artist. I really liked doing pixel art. I thought it was a very fun, very simple way of drawing that quite matched my whole thing, or at least at the time. And so I began to basically try and do what I liked, since I thought that people also liked that, which drove me to end up in a position where I would not improve on my art and where I would just stay stuck in the same the same art style, the same poses, the same everything. Because trying to improve just made my head go hurt. My head got hurt. God, I hate those type of words. And and so I basically burned myself out willingly. Then the same thing happened with music. No, not with music, with writing. For those who don't know, I also used to write. I had this project of a series inspired by Meriwether Media's Clinic of Horrors. It's a whole story that I never translated, but I was very proud and happy with that story. And yet again, I I had this time I wouldn't say that I was bad. I wasn't good either. I didn't have any basis whatsoever when it came to writing. And so I basically went just writing, and it came to a point that I got burned out again uh very quickly. How quickly? I think I got 2 stories in. No, not 2. It was definitely more. But like I got a few stories in, and compared to pixel art, I did way less of writing because I'm a perfectionist, which is one of the worst traits you can have as an artist. The way my perfectionism behaves, I can only describe it as an annoying itch. An annoying itch that always stays there to remind myself that this could be better. And it should be better because of that. That's stupid. Where was I? Or yeah, writing. So I got very burnt out of writing. I still like it. Like every blue moon, I do get a story that I actually love and I want to write. But nowadays mostly I just write for my classes, mainly my English class. And so I I basically stopped writing for myself because I was too perfectionist, because I was like, oh wait, people want to see me be good. They want to see good stuff, and if I don't get good, then they might forget about me, or they might, I don't know. Like, I cannot keep on doing this if people don't like this. Yes. Besides being an overachiever and a perfectionist, I am also an attention seeker. A wonderful set of stuff to have. I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense in my speech. It is 3 a.m. as I am recording this. CACFON, you really should get a better recording schedule. But CACFON says no. So, yeah. In that case, I also stopped writing. Okay, I got water and I have verified that I'm recording. If this is like the last recording that I did, that I spent the whole time not knowing that I was not recording, and I noticed 20 minutes in, I would have killed myself in game. For through most of my life, stuff was basically like this. I get a new hobby or obsession. I think about how that obsession or hobby can be profitable. I try to make it profitable, and I end up hating it because I overwork myself. That's basically the loop that I was living in for a very long while when it came to nice stuff. So then, during I think it was 2023, I started doing YouTube Shorts, which I really liked. They were easy to make, they were quite enjoyable. I just needed to say, hey, so this happened to me in a highly pitched voice, and some people would watch that. I say some people because those YouTube Shorts are the ones with the least amount of views that I have. Really like that. Yeah, yeah. Editor font, editor me, please skip that in. Just me going yeah to seeing building go burr. Oh, building go hella burr. Thing is that I really like how this looks, but like with everything, it doesn't end up looking. Anyway, so yeah, during the YouTube Shorts era, I was constantly grinding to no avail, really. But it was a nice hobby. I did enjoy doing YouTube Shorts, and I still do enjoy them because it's a short form content is easy to make. It's satisfying to make if you do it right, and I really like the sort of sketch comedy that you can make out of it. Like to make it so like there's a punchline and everything. As an example, my last video, I would consider that the punchline was, haha, I did a cover because I lost a bet. And actually, I had an idea for that cover too. Speaking of that, I had an idea to promote that cover with a little short, basically singing, lost a bet to a fucking bitch, now a cover I have to publish. And I was so into that idea. I really wanted to make that. But at the end of the day, I said no to it because I was tired of the cover. I didn't want to continue, and I just wanted everything to end on the least depressing way possible. I'm obsessed with how cool bridges look in Townscaper. This looks to me, it looks cool. I didn't realize I was using the wrong color. Wait, which color is this? Is it this? Like, even that looks good. Again, because I'm an attention-seeking bastard, to not use another word, I got again demotivated because no one was watching my YouTube Shorts. Which surprisingly, like, I was surprised about this because technically, people did watch my shorts. My shorts about writing. one of my shorts is like my most viewed short is a very old short. I think it was like one of the first ones that I did where I advised people to go to different websites to publish their writing stories. But like even back then I had no real clue of what I was talking about. Like I had barely used those. There are too many ladders here, I think. There's enough. I like even back then, I will admit that I didn't really know much of what I was talking about because like the only test that I did, like it's a thing that definitely only worked for me and that it would not work for the everyday author. But I do like the one advice that I still have from that I do think that people should at least take a listen to is to like have other like this isn't something said but it's kind of implicit. It's to have more than Wattpad or AO3 in your mind. There are plenty of other websites that you can write stuff in, and Wattpad and AO3 have very dedicated and very specific people that go on to read there. Not every story is gonna make it big as a writer would be expecting. I really like the zigzaggy line that you can make. I'm able to turn this into a bridge, so I forgot where was I. Yeah, YouTube Shorts. I also got burned out from that. But it took me a while to actually get burnt out from YouTube Shorts because it was real entertaining. Like, I enjoy editing short form. I really do not enjoy editing long form content. I only did it twice, and both times I did it, I hated it. And I'm not talking about like editing content for long form content as in these videos. I do quite enjoy doing videos for this channel since they're very low effort. But like highly edited stuff with music, that's not an easy thing for me to do. Mainly because like I would attribute it to me not being an experienced. Oh my god, I love this. I love this. I really do. It's so stupid. I would attribute it to me not being an avid editor and not just I just don't enjoy the process of editing something as big as like a 30-minute video of me just playing games with a friend or a 40-minute video of a game show that I did. Especially since I do like very minimal editing. I just add like small images, kind of like Lythera editing, but like without all the cool stuff that make an actual video of Lythera well edited. Like Lythera is such a good YouTuber and everything. But yeah, I try to go for a more minimalistic approach when it comes to editing, and like you need to be able to pull that off, and I am not. How long did I do this? I hope that I'm not ruining this. I think I am. I do wonder if there's like a very avid Townscaper fan that has stumbled upon my channel and is being like, "What is this guy doing? This is so bad. They should be burnt in hell. Council, let's kick him." And they just like not kicking me as in like kicking me off fandom, which I'm not even in. No, kicking me as in like just finding me and giving me a drop kick, which I would find hilarious if someone did. So yeah, send the Townscaper Mafia after me. That doesn't make any sense. What? I should stop speaking. Then the cover came along, which would be basically my first try at music. And I'm gonna be honest, at start, I didn't do the cover because I wanted to. I merely did it because it was a bet that I lost to a friend. And I want to keep my promises, my bets in this case. And so like I began working on it, like being something very very simple. I did something very simple, but then I was about to send that to my best friend, and I was like, no. Like the same perfectionism that I've had over all these years, it came back and it was stronger than ever. I had the biggest itch for good content creation that I've had ever. And so I said, you know what? Let's get a team. And that's how I got Firm Mathers, and Skylar to help me with the cover, which they're lovely people. Like, Firm, they coached me all the way through as someone with no musical experience that I am. And Skylar took a very, very short deadline and actually made something pretty cool. So yeah, huge props for them. They deserve them. Um, kind of like that. And so, the cover was made, and for a few days, weeks even, I got this itch again. I know I'm a very itchy guy. I should check out for leprosy or something. I don't think that leprosy is the actual word. I should shut up. Like, I had the itch was back and it was stronger than ever. Like, very, very strong itch of wanting to sing more and more and more and more and more. I really wanted to sing. Unpin the UI and I'm just going to talk from now on. And so yeah, I got the itch of wanting to sing, and that's why one day on Twitter I made a post. This is also good since I can get the automatic timeline if I keep it on this long enough. This is kind of like why one day on Twitter I ended up being like, hey, if this tweet gets to, it was very little likes. It was like 5 likes. I'll do a karaoke stream. And I had a few songs even planned to sing, but I ended up deciding against it because I heard an audio of my voice and like singing those songs. I ended up really embarrassed. So yeah, I never ended up doing the karaoke stream. Maybe one day I'll do it, potentially for my birthday, since it is way too close. Dear God, November is in 2 months. No, 3 months. I'm stupid. So yeah, like, I got again the edge of I need to sing more. I need to sing more, and I just like was able to see the future of me getting burnt out from music once more. And besides, since like doing covers is such a chore by yourself that like I wouldn't do another cover without an audio mixer like Firm and an editor like Skylar, because I am just one man with one career that is my priority, and it must be my priority, and I cannot take care of everything. I wanted to make this video because like art is a big part of my life, and honestly, if money wasn't a factor, I would be doing art. I think that most people would be doing art if money wasn't a factor. But like, this especially kind of hits close to me, especially because I kind of am in a family of artists and have always been. Excluding my, like, one of the main exceptions is my mother, but the rest of the people in my life, like, my grandma has a degree in history of art, which, like, yeah, it doesn't really count as art, but technically it is. Um, One of my cousins is an avid, has done a lot of nice stuff with photography. My father, who I spent many years not having a good relationship with, he used to be in a band as the lead singer and has always wanted to teach me how to play guitar, and I never could because I have very weak fingers. Um, and my sister has made her entire career by nail painting, like doing manicure and all that stuff, and like yeah, that's also a way of art. It's painting and nails. And I always felt as if like I was also destined to follow on these steps of like making something with art that like people that that gets my name out. But the more I look at the future, unless it's like with YouTube videos, I highly doubt that this will be the case, because I have big dreams uh dreams that require me to have a very good job that is very well paid, and I cannot afford to venture into a career or a life where my my livelihood is not guaranteed or that doesn't really have a good base. Like again, if money wasn't a factor, I would gladly try to be a content creator or a streamer or a writer. But it is, especially since I was born and raised into a low resource family. So that's why I'm doing my best studying, so in the future I don't have to worry about money. Wow, this ended up being a very bad, sad twist. Like I was talking about my artist journey, and now I ended up being like, yeah, I had to give up on it just to pursue actually having a livelihood on the future. But yeah, this is being my life so far. I'm sorry for the very sad note at the end. It's I know it's not what you expect to come here. Like I made this channel mainly for like people like me that like to have something on the background while they work or while they play a game or do something. And now I did a very sad video about how I basically gave up on art because it doesn't give money. uh, yeah, maybe if I was truly dedicated, I would be able to live without art. But like, I'm a procrastinator, and also I have a very very big sense of perfectionism. Either way, I think that my grandma's really close to kicking my ass for being too loud at 3 a.m. So I'm gonna end the video here. As always, I've been Kekfont. Have a wonderful night.